Her treatment of me wasn't nice. She wouldn't be nice to me. She was just putting me down a lot in public situations, like especially if like her family was there. She would just put me down too. And you can put me down as much as you want. You can't, you know, as much as you want after a while, but then when I hit my wall, I'm done.
You were coming from a place of like wanting to help and heal and, you know, work towards stuff.
I'm so glad. I want you to know, I'm so glad that you realized that was like the overall intention.
The time that she first was telling us, that's really how I felt. I felt very betrayed by her.
So, Christine Brown has finally ended her relationship with Meri. But what finally triggered this? Did something happen? Stay tuned to the end to know everything. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Topish. We have some exciting stories that are full of lip-smacking delicacies, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. With that being said, let's begin. Meri Brown essentially stated that her marriage to Cody was finished, which wasn't shocking as most of us already knew. She apparently reached a turning point when Cody made the announcement in front of everyone and said some extremely horrible things about her. She felt as though she was receiving a slap in the face for being so nasty. I don't think of Meri as my wife anymore. He's been saying that for years, as we all know. However, some of you might be asking when the tell was. Apparently that was her last straw, and their marriage is now gone. According to what we can gather, the entire thing was shot in the fall of 2022, making it more recent than the current season. If you're wondering if season 18 is coming soon, the answer is yes, they are presently filming. Later, Christine Brown will speak about her friendship with Meri. The fact that Christine said that if she left the family, she'll be breaking ties with her sister wives and kids with whom she didn't have a relationship, such as Meri and Robin, when Robin questioned her about their closeness, was one of the season's major plot lines. Christine said yes. Meri felt betrayed after learning that their relationship was finished and had some extremely strong thoughts about it. She had a sense of rejection which made her angry and depressed. Moreover, she felt like leaving the talk since she was considering, why am I even here? Christine doesn't give a damn about me. Meri wasn't even present when Christine left, and they said their final goodbyes because she was in Utah, presumably working at her B&B. Since we never saw them interact on the show, it certainly shouldn't have come as a surprise to Robin or Meri after Christine left that she wouldn't have much of a relationship with them. Really, they didn't. They all gathered together, but Christine made it known right then how she felt about Meri. Do you recall the big argument that erupted after Madison had the baby, since Meri wasn't present when Madison gave birth to 𝐥𝐤𝐤, her first kid, in the bedroom? Meri felt as though there had been a misunderstanding and that she'd been left out of a crucial event. This plotline persisted for a very long period. Meri was so furious and irritated with the entire incident that occurred, and they had to talk about it in therapy. Do you recall how Meri was led outside Christine's home by Christine, who then asked Meri to have a seat in the office in the study, which was positioned somewhat immediately outside the door? In that chat, Christine had indicated to Meri that if it had been up to her, she wouldn't have invited Meri to Madison's delivery. They were in the middle of everything, so it was clear that she hadn't made the decision. However, she claimed that Meri had a lot of baggage and that she was never quite sure which Meri she would get, because she always brought baggage with her when she entered a room. Meri became extremely defensive in response to this claim. Christine expressed her regret during a subsequent conversation, but you know how they never really went any further? They never developed their connection and never sought counseling to resolve their issues. Christine and Meri's relationship never developed past that one chat in Flagstaff, in contrast to Janelle and Meri, who for a brief amount of time sought treatment to improve their relationship. Knowing all of this, we shouldn't really be surprised that Christine wanted to break away, and so Meri's reaction of being betrayed and offended kind of took a lot of people by surprise. Like, why would Meri give a damn? At this point, she hardly even belongs to the family. Why did she feel such disappointment? In the tell-all, Meri briefly discussed her thoughts on those related topics. Meri goes on to state that she and Christine had formed a close connection and a pleasant relationship in the early days of their marriage, when things were extremely simple, carefree, and enjoyable, which is why she felt deceived. Not profound but enjoyable, Meri stated that Christine was her toughest issue because Cody appeared to be quite captivated by her when Meri wrote about Christine joining the family and sister wives. Meri thought that Cody paid Christine more attention than she did, which is ironic considering that Cody claims he wasn't drawn to Christine. Meri claims that she believes the friendship between Christine and her ended because they might not have trusted one another. The desire to have viewers think that sister wives could be friends was one of the main focuses of the program. One of the lies sister wives tells herself, according to Kristen Decker, is, "I don't need a spouse here all the time, so I can get time by myself and sleep in my bed. And I don't have to cook all the time, and I don't have to spend all my time with him, and I get more time alone. Because you're sharing your husband with someone else," she added. There's a lot of jealousy, rivalry, and unhappiness that goes along with that. No matter how virtuous you think it is, she said, it's still challenging. According to her, there can be misunderstandings that lead to hurt feelings. People can be cruel to one another. There can be deceit and manipulation. And Meri is always the proverbial elephant in the room because no one ever discusses what she's actually done while everyone constantly criticizes how she treats others. Janelle talked about a significant argument she had with Meri when they had gotten married that was so terrible that it drove her to leave. And she claimed that Meri was a strict perfectionist who was quite dictator-like. She also claimed that Meri had a list of needs and wants, and that she expected everyone to comply with those needs and wants. She was very much the head wife, first wife, queen bee mindset, and that was challenging for her because, as Janelle stated, she was extremely non-confrontational. Additionally, Meri's style was quite steamrolling to her, so she frequently didn't even like bringing up the subject. She finds it difficult to say things like, "Well, you know, it could have been my personality. It could have been that I was too direct or aggressive," and instead of just gives very caged responses like, "I wasn't the ideal person. I didn't do the perfect things. I wasn't the perfect sister's wife." The meaning of that must be deciphered by interpreting the context. Following a heated argument with Meri over how she handled her children that left Christine feeling distraught, Christine mentioned becoming a sister wife. And when Christina asked the same question, it's interesting because it's not about Meri's treatment of the children. She said that it really shocked her to her core of why she didn't trust Meri anymore and why she didn't feel comfortable with Meri any longer. It has to do with how Meri treated her and how she wasn't particularly nice to her, which again sort of goes to the point that it's not easy to share your spouse with someone else, and that it's simple to take that out on your sister wife instead of your husband because they have to keep being nice to him and abiding by their priesthood, but they can be cruel to one another. Despite being a dominant female, Meri avoids conflict when it comes to Cody. She's therefore a strong, independent, outspoken, and opinionated lady, all admirable qualities to have in a woman. Even though in her culture women aren't allowed to do these things, even though the rest of the world occasionally views such words as derogatory, her personality doesn't benefit her. You know, meek, gentle, and subjects are what they should be. She cannot take out her frustration on Cody because she's married to another alpha male. Therefore, to whom will she vent her frustration and self-doubt? Who will she retaliate against? Possibly their kids or another sister-in-law. As a result of their inability to confront the man, this occurs frequently in the world. The result is that they take it out on one another. Whether Christine did these things on purpose or as a result of being wounded, she thought they were harmful and felt the relationship wasn't safe. We may argue that if they had not been sister wives, they might have become friends, and Kristen Decker noted that it is unfortunate to have to share your husband because it is impossible to be friends with someone who's having an affair with your husband. It's simply terrible that it's become a world where women are pitted against one another. However, if I had met you and you were just not my sister wife, we might have been friends, and that may have been the case for some of these ladies. And we don't discuss how Cody's flawed nature, as well as his inflated ego, cunning, and system helped to create this catastrophe. That ends today's video. Please leave a comment below to let us know what you think will happen next. Like and share this video to stay up to date on their progress, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Topish keeps you up to date on all the latest Hollywood celebrity news, drama, and gossip. Subscribe back to our channel and check back for new videos and updates, and we'll see ya in the next video.